Welcome to the Apartment Investor Show, where we help you get smart and invest smarter in multifamily real estate. I'm your host, JC Castillo, founder and managing principal of the Multifamily Property Group. And joining me as always is my good buddy, my co-host, the godfather of lending, Mr. Paul Peebles, national underwriter for Old Capital Lending. Paulie, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling great, JC. I'm feeling great because a buddy of ours is in the podcast today that I think that everyone will learn something about and that will absolutely help them in their business of owning multifamily properties.
Absolutely,
So
Paulie.
I thought we'd kick it off and talk a little bit about, I think, one of the largest property management companies in the United States that does B&C multifamily management. And why don't you introduce them?
Well, Paulie, we talk about it all the time. We talk about talking heads, and we don't like talking heads. We like to go to the experts for information. And it really doesn't get any better than the guest we're going to have on today, Mr. Ryan Wehner of Wehner Multifamily Management. Ryan is the founder and owner of one of the largest management companies in the nation, And I think what's really special about what we're going to talk about today is, for all you viewers out there, a lot of people in the apartment business that are either going to get into the business or people that have been in the business for a little bit. We all work really hard to find those diamond properties in the rough. We sift through tens of deals, hundreds of deals, looking for those deals that have great opportunity, great potential for value creation. And we put our business plans together and we go talk to the investors, and the investors are ready to put in all this money with us. And then the rubber has to hit the road, and somebody out there has got to actually make these properties perform and actually make the numbers work. And so really, the challenge that we're going to talk about today, which is so important for all you apartment people out there, is how are you going to make that deal work, actually execute the plan once you've got it all thought out and you found that diamond property in the rough. And so today, what we're going to talk about is the top things to watch out for when hiring a property management company. And this is such a great topic. So Ryan Wehner, thank you for being on the show. And we are excited to have you here, man.
Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you for inviting me. And I look forward to talking to you both. We've all known each other for a long time. And I really respect both of you guys and the platform and what you guys do. So it's very cool. Thank you.
Well, that is awesome. Well, let's spend just maybe 30 seconds, Ryan. Tell us about yourself and your company, and then let's get right into this great episode we're going to have for you.
So my name's Ryan Wehner. I started Wehner Multifamily about 2007 on a futon and a laptop, and kind of grew it to over 26,000 units over the last 10 plus years. We've also do a large amount of construction work, over 20 million a year in construction management and GC work. And then over about 5 years ago, I started to import directly from factories in China, and I have an office in Guangzhou, and I have 2 full-time employees there. We source all of the finish out products that we have about 20 SKUs that we sell exclusively to our clients.
Yeah, Ryan, so if somebody's brand new to multifamily, whether they're going to be a general partner or a KP, what questions should they be asking the management company coming into a brand new relationship?
Well, I think the main question is, what type of footprint do they have in the area, that in the logistical area that you have the building? What kind of scale they have there. They should be just like when we hire an executive in our company, they go through 4 different interviews. We check all of their references. We check references that are not on their list. Those are the things that I think are the most important, is to see, what type of reputation, what do their current clients think, and then what, do they have presence in the area, and do they have the amount of, employee base to service that property. So you might go in with, and I'm not suggesting you need to be with a large company. I don't think it needs to be a company that has 27,000 units, but if you're in, whatever small city in Florida or whatever, you may in Destin, Florida, you may not have a large company that services that, but you want to make sure that they have some ability to scale. So you'll have a great management company, and Paul, you've seen this in here where there's the new flavor of the month, and they do a really good job on 1,500 units, and then they do a decent job up to 2,500 units, and then they take a nosedive when they break out of that, and they're working off their past success, but they're not ready for the growth that's coming. And in our company, every time we've doubled, you have to break the mold and restructure everything. And so that's happened a lot over the last 12 years. And during certain periods, we did it better than others. And I'm not saying that we've never made mistakes on our growth pattern, but I think generally we've done better than our peers. And I think that's proven through our success.
What gets a management company fired? If you're a property owner, why should you say goodbye to a property management company?
Well, if there's ever an issue with integrity, that's an immediate move on quickly. Number two is, if they're just not performing on the asset and it's a result of the management strategy, it's not, one of the buildings caught on fire and then 30 people moved out and blah, 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 or there was something happened that's outside of the control, and you're not you're not performing based on your forecasts. I mean, those are the main reasons that you would be terminated. There are, it's not really a firing, but during transfer of ownership, a lot of times we'll be managing a property, do a good job, but then they sell it. And then when they sell it, they have a previous relationship with the management company. And what's
the reason why somebody on the opposite side, I don't understand when you get fired, but like when you fire a client, what are some things that you're
well, integrity is a big part. I mean, if somebody is, if we feel like the person's pulling against us, I feel like the management company and the owner should be pulling in the same direction. If they're pulling in the opposite direction, it's not worth our time. We can use our limited resources to something else, to new clients. That's number one thing. Number two is if they have a lot of interaction with the on-site employees, and
that they think they work for them.
Right.
Which yes, they don't. Exactly. They work for you.
Correct. And it's not a power thing. It doesn't work. It's not a functioning protocol, because then you have these employees on site. They might be 19, 20, maybe up to $23 an hour, and they have two different bosses, and then they're sophisticated enough to know when something goes wrong, they just kind of point at, oh, the owner said to do this, and then it just kind of muddies the water. Second, and probably the most biggest problem with it is a lot of these owners, not like JC, but a lot of them come from an engineering background, a technical background. They do not have the personality to speak with and to work with this type of employee base. So what happens is, and I've noticed this just with myself, if I go to a property and I'm like, oh, hey, how's it going? How's occupancy? And then I'll leave 20 minutes later, I'll get a call from the director of ops. And was there a problem over there? She's really concerned and da-da-da. And I'm like, nah, I was in the neighborhood, so I stopped by. So just the nature of my position and the nature of somebody who owns the asset, it really puts people on, gets them very anxious.
Yeah, freaks them out.
Freaks them out. And number one, freaks them out. And they tend to start telling you what you want to hear. And that's not good in this business. You want people to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear.
I think let's just review these. I like to talk in threes, right? Let's review the top three things that investors should pay attention to or watch out for when they're going to hire a property management company. Let's review the top three things.
Okay, so look at their reputation through references and where you're getting the referrals from. See what their logistical, what their presence is in that region and their experience, and then their ability to scale to take on your property. Do they have the personnel? Now, I would say Wehner Multifamily has a lot of neat systems, and we have a lot of proprietary IP, and we have the products from China and so forth. those are things that enhance our business, but really the bread and butter is having the best employees. Most importantly, the ones on site. And then secondly, the regionals. If they have good people, they don't need to have the fanciest systems. They're still going to produce great results for you. If they have great IP and processes and they don't hire the right people, it's not going to work. And I know that from my own histories, because 10 years ago I didn't have the fancy systems and we still performed, right? So.
Absolutely. So, Ryan, I appreciate you being on the podcast. If somebody wanted to get more information about what Wehner Multifamily does, what's the easiest way to get in contact with you?
Okay, so the best way to get in contact with us is probably the easiest is just go to our website, Wehner Multifamily. That's
spell that for me.
WEHNER multifamily.com. There is you'll be able to read a little bit about us and be able to contact us through there. And then the receptionist will give me your message, and I'll reach back out to you. And there's also a very informative video. It's not clickbait. It is 10 minutes long, but it does provide a lot of insight in how we do our underwriting, our due diligence, and then finally our management. And it really puts it all together in pretty simple language. I very highly recommend watching the video. It's also on YouTube. Just type in Wehner Multifamily.
That's great. Some great information. You could probably get some more information on that water savings app that you guys have too.
Yes, sure.
That's great. And so if somebody wanted to get a hold of you,
did I lose you?
A little bit about what you do.
Yeah, Paulie. You know what? The same reason that we started this apartment investor show is the same reason why what we do is we've been helping investors make smart multifamily investment decisions for the last 13 years. And if you're out there and if you're getting started in multifamily and you're just not sure what your first step should be, then our company offers a free 15-minute consultation where we will sit down with you. I myself will actually sit down with you and have a 15-minute web conference where we can talk about what you'd like to do, and we can give you some advice. And if there's some way we can help you out, we'd be happy to do that. If you'd like to get a hold of us, you can go to our website, multifamilypropertygroup.com. Again, multifamilypropertygroup.com, and you can go to the Contact Us page and just request a 15-minute consultation.
Yeah, you would look to build a relationship with JC and his group over at the Multifam Group. So they are doing very well. Again,
JC's great. I just want to second that. So
thank you, Ryan. Well, same goes for me, man. We've been around for a long time together.
That's great. So just to finish off, again, don't forget January 15th, Old Capitol Speaker Series in Grapevine, Texas, just a suburb of DFW, just north of the airport. We'll have about 400 people there. We'll have Greg Willett with RealPage on his way down to the Orlando Multifamily Conference. He's going to give us first look at his forecast for 2020. So January 15th, you want to be there. Also, we'll have the CoStar economist that handles Dallas and Texas, give you kind of an update about what's going on in this bright part of the world here in DFW. So we certainly look forward. If you can go to oldcapitalpodcast.com, RSVP to that event. We would certainly love to see you there. And a great networking opportunity. As Michael Becker says, this business is not going to come to you. You got to go out there and create your own opportunities. So create your opportunity at the oldcapitalpodcast.com for the speaker series. So a great podcast today. We could talk with Ryan Wehner for hours.
Yes, we could.
We certainly enjoy him and his 27,000 apartment units that he manages. So he's done a great job.
And I didn't use any bad language, so good.
And didn't use any bad language. So great information, Ryan. We certainly appreciate you being on the podcast.
I appreciate you guys inviting me. I really do. I have a lot of respect for both of you.
JC Castillo, thank you. I'm Paul Peebles. Have a great day.